I am shaman from multiple lifetimes. How do I know that? Because I've done the past lifetime work. I continue to do it. I've come into this world to find being an orator very easy. Working with energy, shamanic practices, very easy. And when we come into this lifetime with something that, or a skill or a talent that comes with so much ease, not only is it a calling, but we've lived it many lifetimes. And so it's the understanding that, oh, it comes with ease now, it's easy. How about I amplify that? Would that not then say that this is what I was brought on this earth to do? And so I don't like, I don't know if you notice this, Amber, but I don't like, while I appreciate and respect tradition and ritual and ceremony, I believe that if we are to be leaders, especially heart leaders, we have to stay current. We have to stay current. We have to take a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a little bit of that and craft it in our own unique flavor with the purpose of being in service to the people who are in front of us. It's not that I have this speech, I have my ways, and you will follow my ways. That's not what it is to be a heart leader. A heart leader is, I have my ways, I have my beliefs, I have my traditions and my rituals, but how can I tweak that so that I can message it and meet you where you are at? Meet you where you are at, rather than forcing you to come and meet me where I'm at. I'm practiced. I've been doing this for ages. And so when I said, who loves to be out in nature? And people will put their hand up. I love to be out in nature. Who loves music and sound and activated by what they hear? People put their hands up. It's like, well, you're all shamans. You all have a potential shaman inside of you, because shamanism is a way of life. Some may say this is very irreverent of me to say this, but no, it is a way of life. We don't have supernatural powers, or it's a way of life. I'm only more powerful than you, full of more power, because I'm more practiced. Everything is a cultivation of a practice. What does a shaman have? One foot in this dimension, another foot in multiple other dimensions. Everyone has that ability if they practice. What does a shaman do? A shaman loves to access nature's medicine at the most potent healing time of the day, which is at sunrise, which is why we did what we did. A shaman has the skills to communicate, which is why I do what I do. A shaman has the skills to understand the potentiality, the powerful potentiality, because not everyone is open to it, of the medicine of sound. Yes. Sound doesn't necessarily mean music. Just because it doesn't have lyric or melody, it does not mean it is not our song. And so what you experienced that morning was everyone tapping into their own inner shaman. And so with the presentation I did the day before, it was sprinkling seeds, planting seeds, so that I can water the seeds and activate what is already theirs the next day. It was already there. I just needed to activate it. And so I use my drum, I use my voice, I use the power of nature's medicine. In my own practices, I have my rattle, I have my hum to shut down my left brain, so that my right brain gets amplified, and it's a dropping in. Now I know I'm in the zone. I do my breath work, my energy work to expand my electromagnetic signature, expand my energy, expand my aura. Anyone who wants to come along can connect with that energy as well. I'm not messing with anyone's energy, and I'm protecting mine like my life depends upon it. And what I'm activating is already yours. And so I saw and I felt for a lot of the women, a lot of them were crying. When we cry, it's our truth. It's frozen emotions finally thawing out and coming and expressing itself as tears. And some women were crying rivers, some women were sobbing, because what am I activating? I'm now activating through my voice, through my drum, through the energetics, through the power of nature's medicine. I'm now activating their truth. I'm activating. And so from that, whatever they saw, whether it is, I don't know how long the activation went for, whether it be sacred geometry, visions, thoughts, sound, inspirations. That's activating all the dormant DNA, your genetic coding that's been dormant. Science can only recognize 5%. Everything else they call junk DNA. But that's not only DNA in this 3D world, it's in DNA in multiple dimensions as well. And so it's activating our potential. That whole process was to activate our infinite potential, and life gets exciting, but it's all a cultivation of a practice. And then we set our intentions, declared it in the quartz crystal, and sent it back to Mother Earth. in what was a Wizzy, the willow tree, the tree. Yeah. That was so much fun.
And a raven called you to that specific tree.
Yeah, there were ravens everywhere, right? Ravens always come. Ravens are there wherever I go. I had started communication with a tree that was, I guess, the closest and the most convenient. And then as I approached closer and closer, it hadn't dropped in. I hadn't been given permission yet. And then right to the far side, I heard raven, and I just tuned in, and it was, okay, I got it. And then everyone had to walk but it was perfect. It was the perfect tree who gave us all permission to do what we needed to do. And then all the ravens came, and all the hawks came, and the eagles came, and some of the women were videoing the elk swimming in the water. It was a very beautiful experience.
It really was. And it opened so many people up to the potential of energy, yeah, and the potential of being able to actually hear nature. And that,
because we are nature. We exactly. are nature. We don't go out to nature. We are nature, and it's all. And the cultivation of the practice, and why and how I do the things I do, is so that we can awaken and remember. Awaken and remember. Remembering is not only remembering, who we are in this lifetime and other lifetimes. It's also to reconnect to the member, like we can reconnect the member of the arm or the member, reconnect the member to Mother Earth, because we are nature, and often we forget that.
Yes, and it creates that harmonious balance. Then we're no longer feeling that stress of disconnection.
Yeah, she is medicine, right? She is our medicine.
Yes,
Mother Earth and Father Sun.
I was freezing. I'm not going to lie. It was so cold, and I'm an Arizona girl. So I'm used to 115. And so it was cold, but even through the chill that was going through my body, I could feel the heat of the breath and the connection and all that was occurring in this activation process.
Yeah.
And it, to me, was another one of those. Since our theme this whole month is about connection, it allows us to understand that by allowing someone like you, who has who's walked the path lifetimes after lifetimes, that you have this wonderful opportunity to remain grounded in what you know to be true, to expand that energy field, to connect with others, as long as they'll connect with you, and to help us walk that path as a guide and say, I'll show you as long as you desire to be shown.
Yes.
And if you're where you desire to be, just hop off the path. That's okay. And I'll take it.
Yeah. I'm really good at not making people do something they don't want to do. Now we're talking about soul ages and soul missions and soul purpose. And so the journey is their journey.